driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the Slimy Bastards. Take it away, Jason and Adam.
Are you tired of losing your pit mat at a race? Well, get a hold of 44 Productions. They can customize your team logo, number, name, whatever you want on that pit mat. So get a hold of Tanner or Kelsey at 44 Productions. All righty, another episode of Welcome to Sitting with the Slimy Bastards in Britt, Iowa tonight. First of all, I want to thank everyone that's reached out to us on TikTok, along with YouTube and Facebook and that. We've been sending stickers all over the place, and guys have been adding them onto their cars, which is cool as hell. But just make sure you subscribe, like us. We're on Spotify, YouTube, and all that. And we can't thank you enough for the support, but we are looking for sponsors. It's getting pretty pricey going all over the place, and Adam's bitching because he's not eating T-bones every night. So
yeah, all we had tonight was hamburgers. What's that?
Yeah, that's better than a fucking hot dog that you always bitch about. So here we are.
I would start before I ate the hot dog, but that's a different story.
Tonight's episode, though, I'm really excited to have. I've been looking forward to this all season, I think, because I've been following Colby Fett now for quite a while, and I first met Colby when I transferred from Idaho to Mason City, Iowa with Best Buy, and he came in to buy a cell phone, and I was a supervisor over the cell phones, and anyway, we got to be talking, and my brother-in-law raced sport mods, Jake Rice, out in Idaho. And I helped him go all over. We went to Rock Springs, Utah, and Duel in the Desert, and all over. But you knew Jake as soon as I brought him up. And Jake, when I talked to Jake, then after that, he knew you just through Facebook and social media. So we got Colby Fett, the Double Zero Sport Mod. And then I'm going to fuck it up, like I said.
I'll do this one. We got Chris Krug, who races the 91 hobby stock.
Yeah, so who I just met tonight. I guess he goes by the Salt Shaker, or what the fuck is your nickname you got on that car of yours?
Yeah, they call it the Salt Shaker Express.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought maybe when you win, you get up on the car and do the little fucking Salt Shaker dance thing that you do there.
To start with that, tell us about how old is your car? Let's start there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at math off the top of my head, but it's a 1999 chassis.
Okay, so
it's 24.
It's what? 24 years old is what he just figured it out.
Is that older than you?
They're going to be getting their ass kicked by an actual classic car.
Well,
how old are you?
I'm 28.
So you were 4 years old, probably playing with cars like that.
Oh yeah, I could wipe my own ass at 4 years old. So.
The question is, I know you have a new one. Why do we not have that one out? Or what's up with that one?
That is a home-built car, and it pretty much hates me. It's a decent car for like 6 laps, and then 6 laps in, we just throw the fucking boat anchor out, and we're just on a Sunday drive that is the worst drive of your life.
Is that why your hand or your elbows out on the... I noticed that tonight, your elbow was out like a Sunday cruise.
Oh yeah, driving that black beast, you're just on. That's a Cadillac, dude.
We're just out cruising. Colby was waving at you as you're passing them on the back stretch there tonight.
Sadly, I cheer for him every now and then. Yeah.
Every now and then.
You got one supporter back here. Yeah. I just met you tonight, so I don't really know, but I guess you got 2 supporters. I'll follow you. Just help you out a little bit.
And my son, after he found out you were coming on the podcast, he was cheering for you too until you wrecked or did whatever that was over there.
Oh.
Jesus, Adam. You know,
right there.
I'm just saying.
You know, we're trying to get guys on our podcast so that one may want to come back. You know, but you're up here. He sits up here like fucking Jesus. He's higher than all of us in the trailer right now. And look at him. I mean, He goes, when we got here, he goes, I kind of like sitting up high. I said, yeah. So you look down on people because where we work, people are always looking down on him. So whatever makes him more fucking superior here right now. So
I got to rule something.
But no, Colby, I'm glad you're on the show. I've been wanting to have you on for quite some time. We're going to have you on again here on the Salute to Veterans tour with here in a couple of weeks with you and your brother. Rough night tonight here in Brick, but your brother had a hell of a run, won it tonight.
Yeah, we usually do that. One of us has a bad night, and then the other one always just kind of is always there. You can take one out, but not two. You know how that goes. But it was. I mean, you got to have nights like that. It's racing.
Sure.
I misjudged a corner tonight and probably did it to myself. I mean, whoever's opinion it is, I don't like getting involved in those. So,
right.
We'll be back, obviously.
And you race Brit every night, right? Or
every Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I race Brit every Friday. So
is your dad still running, or is he kind of done, or what's the deal with him?
He's on vacation right now. He's out riding side by side. So there's getting ready to go out there. But yeah, he just got a car back this year, and I decided to come back and race with us boys while he can, because I don't know how much longer Alec and I are going to be in sport mods. So.
Well, and running around with the crew that you have, I'd need a vacation too. So I understand that. I mean, and here's the thing. Before we came into the trailer to do this tonight, it's like a fucking mob scene down there at this pit. I told him, I said, we need to get the caution or red tape out and just have them stand beside there and autographs.
Stand behind the line.
Adam, you could be the security guy, just wheel them up. Or who's your buddy behind us here who's always...
Yeah, that's my best friend. He's been with me since kindergarten. Sadly. Sorry, I hit myself in the face. No, he's been a friend of me since kindergarten, and sadly, he's stuck with me for probably as long as I race, but reluctantly.
He needs beer money, so he'd probably start charging for autographs.
Probably.
Or he'll just start taking the cash money. Someone's won that like 4 weeks in a row.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You get to earn a cash dash?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Oh.
You didn't?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Oh, they don't.
No,
they
he
don't.
charged it on. You heard him. He's got the
No,
fucking toll gate.
Oh, I get it. I mean, they don't. There's.
Did they even have a hobby stack cash dash tonight?
That's a negative.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Is that pretty? Did they have them quite often, or is that just on a special occasion that they do that?
We had them last year. I guess maybe we just didn't put on a good enough show last year.
Throw that boat anchor out in front of everybody on the front stretch, and maybe you'll get some action that way. Then it's fucking speechless. Colby, you said you gotta get him on here with me. That fucker will go on forever.
I wish I had a better night so I could have a lot more things to say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit I want to say, but for once in my life, I'm gonna take a little bit of the high road tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sitting in here with us is already the low road. So
Yeah.
sitting in here with us.
Like Tanner Black said, just by the name alone, if you got the balls just to hit play after you hear the intro, then you kind of know what you're in
Too
for.
far in already.
Yeah, you already know. You're already going down that rabbit hole.
Well, that's what I said earlier. I was like, oh, you need to get Chris Krug and I on here because at work we work together and it's nothing but shit back and forth all day. And I saw what happened in the feature. I was like, oh, what kind of Chris Krug are we gonna get today? But
So you guys work at Snap-on and are
Yeah.
now going to, you guys work together.
yep,
And a couple of weeks ago when we were out there in Rock Springs, Wyoming, I was in Jaeger's auto body shop.
Mhm.
And Justin has a killer Snap-on tool chest. And that's what you guys build
yeah,
right there, right?
yeah. We both build the tops to all the toolboxes that go out, and so
My
build them,
question
wire
is,
them,
as good of a driver you are in the series you are, why the fuck isn't Snap-on all loaded in your trailer? And I'm not saying, I'm saying this is on Snap-on's
Yeah.
part, not on your part,
yeah.
but Snap-on, for fuck's sakes. I mean, they got enough money. They got more money than God. Why
You should
can't
at
they
least have
come
a
on
toolbox and maybe a sponsorship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have anything in the trailer.
In Snap-on's defense, our plant sponsored a go-kart a few years ago,
Well,
but not
fuck
us.
go-karts.
Yeah, not us.
Yeah, what's
Yeah, not us.
I mean, the plant's right here in the backyard.
Right. Yep.
And you got 3 of the major tracks within an hour. Actually, you could almost pull, let's say, Deer Creek.
Fairmont.
Okay,
Algona here.
Let's back this up. So
Okay.
you say Algona,
Yep.
Spencer,
Yep. Britt here.
Britt, Mason City,
Mason,
Boone, Marshalltown. Where do you go on North side?
Worthington.
Yeah,
Worthington,
Faribault,
Fairmont.
and Deer Creek.
Yeah.
All them tracks are huge tracks, or even Stewart. You can
Yep.
even throw Stewart in there. So you got probably almost a dozen tracks, all within a 4 or 5 mile hour drive, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And you can't tell me that Snap-on can't sponsor
Yeah.
someone that works for them that busts their ass. Ooh,
That's putting it pretty far.
That's a long stretch.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Alex
Yeah. No.
or
no,
Colby. Sorry.
No.
Does Alex work with you guys?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
No, he actually.
What does he do?
He works for like the transfer company that
Well,
takes
that-
him across the street to a big storage warehouse.
Yeah.
So he's
so-
a
but
big
he
rigger
works for
like
Snap-on.
86 feet.
Technically, yeah.
So
Okay,
he's
so-
it's still the same. It's still
Yeah.
the same.
You got
company.
You got 2 of the biggest drivers in the sport mod class right now who just won 10 grand national attention.
Yep.
You're up there on the top of your hood like fucking Jeff Gordon.
Yeah. Mustache
And-
and all. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could pass for Jeff Gordon, but you're up on the hood, and Snap-on can't give you a fucking toolbox.
They're too invested in
Um,
bigger, better things.
so
What's bigger and
Snap-on,
better in
if
sport
they're-
mods than you? You just won 10 grand.
drag racing,
so we need to get this on Snap-on's radar.
right?
We're going to highlight this. So I'll tell our buddy that's doing our editing and that. We're going to make some sound clips.
Oh, boy.
Snap-on, step up to the fucking plate. You got 2 at the top.
Yeah,
Sport
they're
mod.
both on our show right now talking about it.
Yep.
You're right.
I mean,
We're
yeah.
advertising
Yeah.
right now.
And they're not even giving us sponsorship money either.
Yeah. It's funny how it is, though. But what I was getting to, though, Jaeger's had this toolbox. It is a fucking cool toolbox. And I showed you earlier when I was talking to you. This is probably what, about $20,000, $25,000 toolbox.
Yeah, the dealers set their price. They get like the MSRP, and then the dealers set their price. But I seen a picture of it. I'd say it's 20 to 30 for sure, easy.
But in their defense, I mean, they bust their ass out there. And Adam and I seen what they do. But what I'm getting to is, it's not cheap shit. It's high quality stuff, and you guys obviously work there, but do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Yeah, it's not bad. It pays the bills. Real
Yeah.
decent. They
Right.
pay us well out there,
Yeah.
and but hours suck. It's tough with racing and stuff.
Sure.
Like, we work at 5 in the mornings all the time.
So Snap-on, if you're listening, once again,
no,
you need
you
to
heard
start-
it.
the guy has to take time off to go racing.
So you need to start your shifts at 7 and get
This
off
could
at like
be,
3.
you know, honestly,
That'd be
this could be
nice.
like a
That'd be awesome.
success story, like what what's his name that was in American Pie. He worked at Home Depot.
Oh, my-
Well, yeah, I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
but yeah.
no.
And anyway, he ended up the producer, the guy who was the director of American Pie,
Really?
went to a Home Depot and was buying stuff for the movie or doing something.
He's
and he,
making the set for the movie.
and he liked how this kid was helping him, and that's who he was in other movies with, like The Rock. I can't think of his fucking name, but anyway, but you could be like that face of Snap-on, you and your brother, and
Chris here.
yeah,
you
Chris
know?
here. You could have a whole fucking plant deal going on. Cars parked out in front.
Yeah,
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But yeah, it's yeah.
I'm leaving Chris speechless here.
well, I have a two-part
He's trying to
question.
be nice right now.
I
I
have a
told you,
two-part question
I'm
for
trying
you.
to be nice, and I just got off a damn write-up not that long ago, so I don't need to be going back on them for running my damn
Well,
mouth.
that's not Snap-on's fault. That'd be your supervisor's fault, right?
It actually wasn't my supervisor.
Oh.
It was a supervisor who happened to just be walking around through some racks where nobody else was, peering through some holes, looking for me on my phone. Shit happens. It was just coincidence, pure coincidence.
Yeah,
Right.
we know the feeling.
Yes, you do.
You
Yeah.
get caught.
Yeah, it's not even that. I'm not going into detail because I can't.
It's a whole thing. But
No.
I got a 2-part question for you.
Yeah.
So number one, if you were racing Worthington, why do you not go to Murray County on Friday?
Oh, Friday? Because this is a lot closer. I'm only like 20 miles out of Britt, so I've always been in Britt ever since I raced Hornets back in the day. So I mean, it's just closer for me, and it just works out for my schedule.
And then what's the appeal of Worthington and not Boone, or is it just location again?
Money.
Yeah, it pays double.
Really? It does?
It pays double what Boone does. Yeah. Yep.
So if it pays double, why is there? I mean, for car count, it's not that good. Why, if there's more money, what's the
I don't.
deal there?
Location. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe the famous quote of Lottie down at Boone is, "You guys go out there and kill each other for watermelons."
And they do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they do.
I mean, they have the Watermelon Classic, which what you win is watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lonnie's been telling people for 40 years that I could come down here, kill each other for whatever.
Yeah.
And they prove it when they go race the Watermelon Classic, tear cars up, tear equipment up. It's a fact.
But talking to your guys tonight, of all the races because I asked them, I said, "What's your favorite race you like to go to?" And I was thinking like the Boone Nationals, right? But
No,
it's up in Wisconsin.
it's Wisconsin for sure. Those guys up there, first of all, they know how to race. They put on car counts up there. That's crazy. They get like 200 cars for a weekly show, and sorry.
No, go
Then
ahead.
they get like 200 cars for a weekly show, and then they know how to party up there. They screwed our partier guy in our crew up there because he didn't realize that their alcohol content was actually higher in their beer.
Up in Wisconsin than
yep.
Iowa.
Yep.
And
It's like a 1% higher or something. And he was like 8 beers in and he was disappointed at himself because he couldn't drink what he did. So, yeah, it's very embarrassing.
And that's 141 Speedway?
Yeah,
Just
141.
to clarify
Yeah,
where we're talking about.
141. Sorry, I got off on a tangent, but 141. The people up there are really awesome, and they're nice, and it's a different area for us, and so, that's probably one we look forward
But they
to.
were saying too, you got a pretty good fan following up there too, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah.
So, do you need some caution tape then before you head up there?
I don't.
He's going to need the caution tape before he heads anyway.
I'm really intrigued by that. I'd like to go up there. It's not going to happen this year, but I'd like to go up there next year just to see it and check it out. But I think it'd be pretty cool to.
Yeah.
Well, they have like the King of the Crick and what's yours called?
Captain.
Captain.
And then they have the
Clash.
Clash. Yeah.
There you go. Yep. And they all seem like they're.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of all of them on IMCA TV.
Yep.
They look like they're pretty intense.
They're all 10,000 to win each
Yep,
class, and the rule is if you win, you have to dive in the pond afterwards, and it's like blue, very blue. So it's like
chlorine filled.
Yeah.
So do you know how to swim, Colby?
I hope I find
No,
out.
but-
You've been really close to jumping in the pond, and then you seem to shit the bed.
Yeah.
So I just want to know if
If
you
it's
swim.
like tonight, I don't think he has a chance to even worry
I
about
don't think we've ever come across a situation where we'd be swimming. Can you swim?
I could get a life jacket. You're about what a size kids large.
Oh my god! It's adult small,
Okay.
adult medium.
So, Chris, question for you. So, you're racing hobby stocks. Is built a new car that you don't really get along with right now. Is there a chance that you ever move up? Like maybe, or ever talk about
I
it?
mean, if the opportunity came about, where I could get some help, I'm pretty low budget, clearly by my car. I mean, if you have me on Snapchat, which obviously you guys don't, but I literally go out back to my family's fucking junkyard and pull parts off old stock cars to throw on. Last week, I won an Algona with a stock 3-speed transmission because I busted my racing one. I refuse to go broke racing.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But you're like a lot of guys. You're just out here for the hobby of it.
oh yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun, and I'm one of the few guys that, I mean, even though I'm in a hobby stock, I do make money off this just because of how little I spend. I mean,
Right.
I go around all winter long. I'm like a leech. I buy guys tires then hobbies for they run them 1 or 2 nights. They're 70, 80, 90 bucks, and I buy them for $20 a piece.
Right.
And I'll go run them 3 more nights.
Well, we were talking to a stock car guy. He said tires are up around $300 now for a stock car.
I don't know.
But
They're like at 150,
150.
150 but
Maybe it was for a set or whatever.
for rears.
But
Most guys get rears, but yeah.
if you can find them used, I think that would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Lot better buy.
But yeah, I'd love to move up. I went up and raced Fairmont a couple weeks ago, and their hobbies get to run the Make Everybody Fast tires, and so that was a fun experience up there.
Explain what that is.
The American Racer tires, and it goes for Hoosier. I don't give a shit what you have, but on the hobbies, those tires don't belong in a hobby stock because it handicaps the race. Like even with that home built car, I was running third. And that thing wasn't handling worth a shit, but you just hold it wide open and just look for moisture because it'll stick with those tires. The tires slow you down. So that's what all the USRA guys get really butthurt. But
So we took that question with you. Now, are you going to move up to Colby? Or?
We're looking at it. We're looking at options. I've had some stuff I've been so close to in the sport mods, as Chris alluded to earlier, about how we've been so close for the 10K and Wisconsin, and I still haven't learned how to swim yet. So, but I just have a couple jewels I want to try to get in a year or so. But I mean, we're looking at mods. I mean, we're probably ready. We've probably been ready for a while, but it'd be sweet to race against some of those guys.
Just you or you and Alex?
Alex been talking about a different class too, I think, but I don't know exactly. We probably might try to separate for a little bit, just because. Yeah, usually the guy that we lose to is each other. So,
right.
But
yeah. So with that in mind, like when we sat down with Braxton and Bryson Yeager, you got brothers racing in the same class. Do you ever find it where you get up on Alex and give him the finger every once in a while and be like, you know what, motherfucker, you're not winning tonight?
There's been a few times we've had some run-ins. You can't avoid that. No, but I mean, we push each other really hard. I mean, there's been times we've been mad at each other, I know, and it's like, then you got my dad out there too, and I pushed his bumper last week, and I don't know if I accidentally broke it or something.
you did.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah. We got the commentary now.
It was plain as day.
Yeah.
Review it on IMCA TV, folks.
I got I got a lot of
But what's funny is like so when we were sitting down with Bryson and Braxton, them two actually respect each other pretty well, and they race each other really clean. And I'm not saying you guys don't.
No, we do.
But Justin seems to keep them guys on a pretty short leash of respecting each other and all that. But your dad, he raced, right?
Yeah. My dad raced hobby stocks back in the 90s.
And so with that, do you find, does he enjoy racing or does he enjoy watching you guys race more?
I think he enjoys watching us more, but we really want to race with him and stuff. So we're kind of the reason why he does race, because we help him out a lot and stuff.
Sure.
But he does like helping though.
Yeah. And your brother went out to Bristol, right?
Yeah.
And raced out there. And I guess I should ask him when he comes on here in a couple of weeks. But is that something that you would wish you would have done now, or?
Colby's a fucking half-mile pussy.
Yeah.
He hates half miles.
Yeah, I don't like half miles. No, he's right.
So local dirt tracks is more the thing? Or?
Local, it just I just don't have very much fun on half miles.
Okay.
I mean, it's like Chris said, with the Make Everybody Fast tires, I think on half miles, to me, it's hold it to the floor and hope you have the biggest motor, and I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I'm not saying it all is, because I've seen the surface in Fairmont, and that track looks really racy. I mean, they have a good smooth track up there, and
sure,
it'd be nice to have that all the time. But
so you went and ran that USRA show there in Mason. You won the 10 grand.
Yep.
So would you prefer USRA, or don't you really care where you go?
I don't really care too much. I know that running my MCA's sport mod has been the most cost effective, I think. So I've seen B mods that were built next to mine, and there's more money into it. They get a lot more toys than us, they get a lot more stuff, which is cool. But at that point, you're better off just getting an IMCAA mod, because the cost is hardly any different than a B mod.
Sure.
Aren't you a
that's-
fucking house driver for Skyrocket?
I pay for
Don't
what I
even
bring.
talk to me about cost.
Hey, you know what? And I met Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike Howard.
Yeah, I met him for the first time tonight. We had a really, really good conversation,
Yeah.
and he actually jumped on board. He's going to sponsor our podcast for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason
And-
talked to him a while ago, or I talked to him a while ago.
Yeah.
Jason talked to him, and I think we finally convinced him.
Yeah.
And but really, really cool guy. But he gave you some pretty high marks in that, and so I know what you're saying of the money's no option of probably of
Yeah.
It-
Well,
Yeah,
and that makes it. Say what you will, but it's also nice, right?
It is. It is nice because
But-
I came from pretty much what Chris is at. You know,
Right.
I came very low budget. My first sport mod cost me $1,000.
Right.
We got an $800 motor in it. That's where we started, and that's where Chris is at right now. And you know, Chris is a hell of a driver. He deserves the same thing eventually too. But
So what was the difference from you going to Skyrocket and your brother going to where he's at with the chat? How did we come about chassis?
So it's just all how it all worked out with everything. I mean, we drove a GRT for a while. We got some good wins on that, Race of Champions and stuff. But you know, I got a good opportunity with Kelly to work on his sport mod program
Sure.
because he's never really been a big sport mod guy, builder and stuff. He always just, if you wanted a sport mod, you buy an A mod, which is what it should be,
Right.
but it's not no more. And you build it, you want a sport mod, you buy an old A mod and turn that into it. Well, now you start building new ones. And
Sure.
that's where we're at. So.
And it's kind of interesting because Mike was saying that he's pretty impressed by what you've done and that. And you and I talked a little bit about that even tonight.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see you progress with that and what that's going to become of. Tanner Black was the same way with his car owner with Bill.
Mhm.
And it's kind of neat seeing them guys. You take even like Ethan Dotson.
Yep.
I mean, look where he's at now.
Yep. For sure.
And it makes sense because if you look at Colby sitting here, you swear to God you're looking at a fucking young Jeff Gordon. And,
I ain't that good. Definitely not that
well,
good.
would you
but,
prefer
but
a porn star because you got that
No.
look going too? So
I
what-
oh my gosh.
if you're a porn star, what would your name be, Colby?
Little Dicky.
hey, open up the cabinet here. Open up the cabinet and look up. Grab that. Here you go.
Did I get it?
So-
what?
So hold on. Let me explain this. This was and I told Adam this story tonight.
Yeah, I just found out about it tonight.
So-
Did you read it? Did you read it?
Yes.
So I told Adam this story tonight. My dad passed away in January, and I bought his pickup from my brother and sister. You know, we split everything equally.
Mhm.
And anyway, when I was going through his truck and getting everything, I found this in the glove box. And what it says warning, and it's a magnet that would go on the like your
We could slap it right on the trailer.
yeah,
Bump
right on
your
the trailer or the
We could
bumper. But it says warning, driver has a small penis.
That was
So
weird, Dad.
this is a sign, Adam. That
It
this,
really is. That needs to go to Colby.
yeah, it needs to go to Colby. Of,
Throw it on for a while.
yeah,
Throw
little
it on the race car,
There
throw it
you
on the
go.
trailer. I don't care where you put it.
Little
Put that on
Dicky.
your Dodge Neons.
What am I done?
He drives a Dodge Neon to work, and it's got a fucking spoiler. And he,
Well,
he
that was
thinks he's just the coolest shit.
Yeah.
That would explain.
So there you go. Your Dodge Neon nickname now is
That would be perfect on that thing, actually.
yeah, little
That'd be-
Dicky. Hey, you know what? I want to when you slap that fucker on there, send me a video of it, and we're gonna put a TikTok of it on there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
And,
That's going to be on TikTok. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
That's
my
gonna
god,
be-
that's perfect.
that'll be a TikTok video of.
I'll send it to him because he's a loser and he doesn't watch TikTok.
Hey, you know what you need to do is when he gets it on there, get a video of him standing there with the thumbs up. You know, like point to the sign with the thumbs up.
Hell yeah, that's me. Yeah, I don't do TikTok. I don't do TikTok much, but this guy on every single break, he's giggling to himself all about every TikTok video there is.
But
Oh,
he
yeah,
giggles
get
at
on ours
himself
and
and he
show it.
goes take a piss. So I mean, what do you expect? So
His headphones are in too, and he just looks crazy, just laughing all by himself in the corner.
And that's why he's getting written up.
That's why he's getting
That's exactly what I was doing. I was fucking watching TikTok when I got written up.
You know, there's a lot of things you can be watching, but TikTok should be one of them.
I'm trying to get you a sponsorship. This motherfucker's over here watching TikToks and then he wonder why he's Snap-on ain't jumping on board and get him a
Somebody's
toolbox.
going to get a sponsorship.
Trust me,
Someone's
I have
We
plenty
got
of
someone
photos
that's
of how hard
Colby will
works.
get the sponsorship.
We
Chris
got-
won't because he's on his phone watching TikTok.
Yeah, we got someone performing and we got someone that's just fucking
Well,
off.
someone
I
performing.
guess we
it's
got
just
the same scenario on our plant. So
Right. See, what he's not telling you is he gives me shit about sitting in. So we're stainless steel welders, and I was sitting in there one day. It's hotter than hell in Snap-on, and I was watching TikTok, and all of a sudden the air conditioner shut off. I was like, damn it, the tank's full. I gotta go dump it. And I poked my head around the curtain, and Colby is sitting on the other side of the weld booth. Changed the vent to him. He was playing his little fairies and dragons game he plays. And I look at him like, what are you doing? He's like, dude, you had it for like fucking 15 minutes. I'm hot.
I'm hot over here.
are you one of them furries?
No. No.
We just give him the magnet. That should
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you. That should tell you.
That's all I am. I ain't no furry.
You dress up as a rabbit? Are you?
Yeah. No.
Does your pit crew call you Thumper?
No, they don't bring litter boxes or nothing. We don't need any of
Or
that.
maybe before the races they put on skirts and tutus. I
That's
don't know.
weird. Did you say thumper?
Yeah.
Oh God, I had
We've given him shit and called him Thumper at work before. We always tell him because with his girlfriend Sky, she's a little tiny shit, but she's kind of intimidating. And Colby's Colby, and we always say Sky fucks Colby. Colby does it. Sky fucks Colby.
So I guess Monday, if you come in a rabbit suit, everyone will know why. What's going on?
Everyone will understand. Everyone will understand.
Oh boy, this is definitely not PG.
Should we bring this back? Maybe more.
No, but
that's-
what I was gonna say, they used to call me Thumper in school because I used to wear skate shoes and try to run in them, and I just stomp my feet the whole time. They call me Thumper.
I
Just
thought maybe it's because you're out thumping
No.
pumping out everything.
Nope, that wasn't me.
Where'd you grow up at, Colby?
Forest City, Iowa.
Okay, is that where you went to high school and that?
Yep. Yep.
So did you play any sports or anything? Or?
Yeah, I wrestled and I tried to play football.
Oh, nice.
So I wasn't that great in football, but
And how'd you do in wrestling?
I did okay. I wasn't like the state champion wrestler, state quality, but
Well, your racing makes up for that.
yeah. I was definitely
Absolutely.
not a very good wrestler. I mean, I had
But
my
you went
good
out
moments.
for it, and you
Yeah.
did everything. But
Yeah. I
so,
never made it to state.
a
But
couple of weeks ago, we had on Gage.
Hildebrand.
I always get the fucking
Yeah,
names.
he has
But
nothing to do with
we had a little Gage on there, 14 years old, out of races in Stewart,
that.
out
Well, they're on a
of
walk-on, which is
yeah,
down by
right
Des
out
Moines.
of
Yep.
Des Moines and that.
Yep.
oh yeah.
But he's big into wrestling too, and so it's just a tiny little shit, and
Yes.
but it's funny on just getting backgrounds of who does what and that. So
Yep.
now you look like you would have wrestled heavyweight. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, let's just not even bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't no 106 pound.
And you played football too, right?
Yeah, I played sports in high school, but honestly, I was just a fuck off in high school.
Where'd you go to high school at?
So I went to high school for majority of high school days in Emmitsburg, and then I moved out on my own this summer in between my junior and senior year.
And we talked about that earlier because we did a podcast with Christopher Adams.
Nick Adams.
Nick Adams, sorry.
Oh yeah, Nick. Yep,
And who also grew up in Emmitsburg, and you actually knew him. You
Yeah.
talked about that. You gave him the nickname Speedy.
So I'm not really exactly sure who gave him that nickname, but Speedy Adams. Yeah. He was I think he was a couple grades below me, but yeah.
So we'll see him tomorrow night. So I'm gonna have to give him a hard time about that.
Yeah, we've
But-
been parking next to him lately.
So let me ask you this: what you guys listen? Are you big into music and all that?
Mhm.
You guys?
Yeah, we got speakers blaring at work.
So
So
obviously with your TikToks, but
you got all them girls dancing the song,
Yeah.
the music underneath. It's all good.
you know the music that's playing too with that. That's what's sad about that, Adam, is He's at home single. You know, he doesn't have any fucking. He's not married or anything, so he's always at work showing everybody.
Yeah.
So I guess you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He does not.
Yeah.
That's more Colin that goes around showing us everything, but that's beside the point.
Colin's Colin. But
Yeah.
anyway, so with that, what kind of music are you guys into?
Everything.
Yeah, I really, we both about listen to anything. He
about.
listens to some of that hard metal shit, but
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm really open to about anything, really. Fun. Here's a little fun fact. We work with Colby's brother. He has his other brother that doesn't race. And Ryan is Ryan. That's what we'll put it. Ryan is Ryan, and I was playing some music on the speaker the other day, and we listened to the Scooby Doo theme song.
That puts
I forgot about that.
that puts the whole furry thing back
Oh
into
my
play
God.
now.
That's we're talking
Yeah.
about Ryan. Not
So-
me.
Well, I just wanted to know, does your whole family work there? Because you,
No.
your brothers.
No.
Family vacation at
Yeah,
Snap
sorry, I
On.
didn't tell you my other
Family
brother.
reunion.
Yeah, my dad actually works at the same place my brother does in Forest City.
Okay.
So, but
Oh, okay.
it's white transfer still. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
But you know
but you guys could have Christmas right there at the fucking plant if
We
you wanted to.
we could, yeah.
You have
know-
a break room. You have a break room.
Gather around the tree.
There's actually one cool thing that I do for Chris, and it's in honor of him when he has a good day, and I play his favorite music, dubstep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do
So,
it just for him.
It's the
I'm
dumbest
actually
shit.
I'm actually into everything, and Adam knows this from driving around with me. But my passion is metal music and
Yep.
and all that. But so with that, you said you're into some of that metal stuff and that. What's your favorite?
Slipknot.
Okay.
Slipknot's probably the key one, and then everything else is kind of around that. We saw Gojira. They were there with Slipknot. We
Yep.
went to a couple concerts with my girlfriend and I.
Yep.
And man, those are blasts.
So a really good friend of mine, I grew up in Clarion. He grew up in Belmont, and he's one of them that said I should always do a podcast too with music and,
Oh, really?
and racing and that. But he passed away a couple of years ago too. And but one of our close friends, his name is Mike Amano, who is actually Slipknot's tour manager at one point.
Really?
And so we went around, but he was tour managers with multiple guys. Adam's seen a bunch of my stuff. I've been around with a lot of them guys, you know, of over the last 20 years and that. But
Have
probably
a
one
lot,
of
of, lot of stories and everything.
Yeah. but probably one of the best shows I've ever seen live was actually Slipknot at the Iowa State Fair.
That's where I went. Sky and I went there for their Iowa State Fair concert 3 years ago.
Yeah, yep,
Was that the one?
yep.
Yeah.
And so the night before that, Brian and I actually went down. They had, at their whiskey that they have.
Oh yeah.
We went down to this private meet and greet where there's only like 25 of us or 50 of us or something like that. But anyway, we went down to this meet and greet where we got to meet Clown and the tortilla guy and the new bass player. And then some of their management that we knew was running around there. Yeah, but it was cool as hell. And we got special bottles that were signed and all that. But that was a cool experience because you look back on that and you think about how short life is. And running around with your buddies and going to shows like that. And then when you don't have that anymore, it puts that in a perspective of. So with that, what I'm getting to is you're out here racing every week with your buddies and all that, making memories and the good times and laughing and all that. Your buddy behind me was telling me that every time he goes up into Wisconsin, he gets five 100 Chris dollar bills just for the special occasions that go on up there. Is that true, Colby?
What's that? 500.
But 500
500.
He
$1
gets five, yeah.
Chris $1
Yeah.
bills.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. That's the whole. You're talking about the whole. That's Boone, actually.
But I heard it goes on up there in Wisconsin. Is that true?
No, it doesn't go on up there.
You
But
know, if there's something that's bad, it happens in Boone. I mean, that's
that is
just.
Boone. But there is a connection.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
You're correct on that. There is a connection on there, and one of the track owners of 141 was yeah. He's part of that. And,
You're part of that?
No, not
He's up there. No.
No, the promoter of 141.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
promoter.
know. I'm just giving him a hard
Yeah,
time.
he gave me a hard time last year because I didn't want to get up on the stage, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't need that. I do not need that right now."
He would have been all up.
He would have been probably.
You like to get up there and shake it or what?
Well, yeah, that's why his car's nicknamed the Salt Shaker or the Pepper Shaker, whatever the fuck it is.
Get enough Busch Light in me, and it sounds like a good time. I was supposed to go with to Wisconsin a couple years ago,
Yeah,
and then my daughter was born like real close around that time, so I didn't get to go. I was pretty. I mean, I was bummed, but
also
yeah.
Speaking of that, she come to a lot of races?
Yeah, actually, I think about every night my daughter's come this year. I've won, so she needs to start coming more.
So
Sounds
she
like
should
a
come a lot more.
problem,
She should come, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. She had a badass shirt that they made for her.
Oh,
yeah. So when Colby was talking about doing not Fett Family Racing shirts, but Colby Fett Racing shirts, me being the creative person that I am, I tell everybody on Facebook I'm his PR manager.
Well, where were you tonight? Because he had a whole fucking crowd down there, and you're just up there drinking beer in the trailer, nowhere to be found.
Well, I need days off too.
Yeah. But you're the PR guy. This is your prime time.
But so
Yeah,
I was
it
giving him
sounds
my
you don't work when you're at Snap-on, you're on your phone, so you gotta work
And
sometimes.
now you're just up in the trailer playing PR guy drinking beer. So what is it?
right. But so we were helping him design shirts. I was helping him. He wasn't taking it. But I told him he should do Colby fucking Fett Racing, and he was like, "No, I can't do that. I have an image to uphold. You know, people want me to sign their babies' foreheads." And so we didn't do that. And so at the
What
time,
are you, fucking Trump now all of a sudden?
Sorry,
So-
anybody put your throw out there.
so at the time,
Bring
my
them
wife-
by, folks. We'll sign it off.
at the time, my wife worked for a screen printer, so we had a onesie for my daughter made when she was a baby that said Colby fucking Fett Racing
On the
and we-
back.
and on the back. We took her to the races in it, and it was a hit. But
Yeah.
Colby didn't like
That's funny. We must have taken that from you because when my son was little, we had him here when he was 4 days old, and we had a shirt that said something similar to that about Kevin Opine. But yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. When my daughter was born, we had to spend like 30 or 31 days down in the NICU in Des Moines. And when we got out, we'd gotten home, and my grandpa was like, "Hey, we should go race Marshalltown." And I was like, "No, the car's not even ready. Nothing." He's like, "We can leave right now, and we can have that car ready to go by the morning." And I was like, "I don't know about this." My wife's like, "Just go for it." So we went, and my daughter's like third day home from the NICU. She was down in Marshalltown Speedway for the World Nationals. So that was pretty cool.
I was
Really?
there. I was there for it.
yeah, it's really
Did,
cool.
did you sign her for
No,
it?
I did not sign her for it. That's good. I never got the chance. I couldn't get that
So
close.
that's why he brings it up, because he never got to sign the forehead.
Yeah,
So now
damn
he's
it.
like,
No, he's a little out of
he's
shape.
if he's in the winner's circle, this is your next announcement.
Yeah.
Any babies in the
Any
stand?
babies. I
Well,
was
I got to be careful because my wife is pregnant right now, twins.
Well, there we
And,
go.
uh,
So
Like we're looking at having them here soon, like during race season. So
there's
if-
our next
He
TikTok
will be
video
at the
of him
he will
signing.
be at the hospital.
yeah, Colby will be trying to sneak in the hospital and fucking write Colby Fett on their foreheads.
Double zero on one ass cheek and then zero on the other ass cheek.
Oh,
Sign her lower back.
Yeah.
The
oh
lower
my
row.
God.
So, Colby, I look forward to sitting down with you again here
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks with you and your brother and that, and with the Salute to Veterans and hunting with heroes and that. And that's I've never been to that series, so I'm looking forward to doing it this year and seeing you guys all on that. But I really enjoyed watching you race, and then I've talked to you every time
Oh,
I come out to the tracks and all that.
Ever since
and,
you sold me the phone.
Yep. Yeah. How's that phone working out for you? You still got
No,
that's
I
been
actually,
5 years ago.
I actually just got rid of it.
Oh, really?
So
I've had
it's
it
your
all
fault he doesn't have an iPhone.
Yeah. I
Grow
don't
the
know.
fuck up.
You know, so I'm an Android user as well.
Yeah.
And you're one of them. I mean, that explains it. I mean,
Yeah, they
an
tell me
Apple
to grow
guy.
up.
Well, I mean, these Android guys, they just don't have it.
You're an iPhone guy?
I am.
Their phone's still loading.
It's actually not. It's My wife is probably blowing me up right now because my phone's been going off for the past.
I was going to say, since we started this podcast,
Yeah,
mine's
it's
been going off
11.
too, so
It's 11:30, and I've already got 4 missed phone calls from my wife. So I'm guessing either Maverick or Presley's going.
Hey,
shit.
are you watching TikToks?
Yeah, so
What are you doing?
yeah, Chris just grabbed his phone watching TikTok.
Yeah, watching TikToks.
yeah, so that's what we're encountering here. And speaking of which, I want to ask you guys, out of all the races you guys have ran all around the country and around the areas and that, what is one race that you wish you would have won that you wish you could have had back?
You go first.
Or even if there's a race that you have one that you've wanted to
Yeah.
win. I mean, either way.
Chris goes first.
I don't know. I worked my ass off to win my first race. So I mean that was a pretty big one. But honestly, a couple of years ago, not for sure exactly sure, but I came damn close to winning the Algona Fair race a couple of years ago. I lost it by less than a car length, and so that one kind of stung. But it was cool. It was an awesome race. It was me and Eric Knudsen and Carter Coop, and there's somebody else in there. I don't remember. And we were four wide for the lead on the last lap, and so that was pretty cool. It would have been cool to win that because the 6-foot trophy is pretty sweet.
That's just what I was going to say. What was so special about that? But yeah,
It's a 6-foot trophy, and my family's been racing forever, and only like 2 people in my family have been able to get that damn 6-footer. So it just would have been cool to get it.
Was it sponsored by Snap-on?
May have been.
It's possible.
Actually.
They do sponsor
the
Algona
track.
every great once in a while.
I was going to say about once a year, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah, something like that.
Snap on night or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get them talked into sponsoring some money for the Hobby Stock Shootout last year, and or I'm not really for sure. It kind of got above me how it didn't happen, but I was trying to get them to put up money for the back row challenge because
Mhm.
nobody really does that anymore. And I think it's pretty
The
cool.
only place I see it's at one night in Boone. That one night a year they do that.
Yeah,
And that
if
gets
I got
good
offered
ones.
it, I would absolutely
Leave it
take
to
it.
my
Even if
stat.
Mike Smith
Leave it
was
to
starting
my
on the front row,
stat
I'd
guy
take it.
who knows every fucking stat, and that's why I have him here, just because I don't know that shit. But here we are.
But yeah, there's once a year they do that in Boone
Yeah.
for the back row challenge.
So,
Yeah.
Colby, with that, what's one race you wish you would have
Well,
won?
I still wake up at night thinking about Boone Supernats last year. I would say Wisconsin, but that's money. Boone Supernationals puts you on a different podium,
Sure.
about 6 laps away.
Boone was rough for me watching you fuck that up.
I don't know how I held it together, but I did.
I was like a 12 pack deep on the top of 2 up in the catwalk watching. And I was like, we ain't even worried. And then the cautions kept coming. I was like, he's going to fuck this up. And he did. He did.
Fucked it up.
Yeah,
I
winning Super Nationals, that's just
That's the one.
Like you said, that's a different animal.
That's probably why I'm still in the sport mod this year, because
So
being so close last year.
now, with that being said, like when we sat down with Jaegers and even Tanner and Ricky Alvarado, guys that are running modifieds now, you see a lot of them jumping in to stock cars.
Yeah.
Is that something that you even have thought about even doing too, of running both, like even just to get?
Yeah.
You can't run sport mod and stock car.
You can.
You
Yes,
can.
you can.
they change that?
Yeah, it's you can run one class apart from each other. You can't.
Oh, because
Yeah,
at
you
one
can't
time
run
it
2
was
fenders and you can't run 2 open wheels.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you can't go like hobby stock modified.
That's that's what I was saying. You can't go mod or
Mod.
Don't they have-
Colby raced a real car last night.
Yeah,
He raced my uncle's hobby stock last night.
They told me to drive a
Real cars
race.
have fenders.
The Power
Yeah.
Puff
You
class,
hear that?
is that what you're getting to? Or
Well, we could have. He was kind of a pussy last night.
I was. I don't like driving new cars necessarily, so I usually kind of take it
well,
easy.
yeah,
in it,
I mean, you got that bunny feeling to you. That bumper fucking look going. I'd understand getting your feet wet there too.
I have drove stock car once too. Last year, I drove Kelly's stock car.
Yeah.
And I was a pussy in that too. So I
But
think there's a.
so with that, I mean, is that something that, or are you just looking at just doing like, say, if I'm going to go to A mod next year, that's all what I'm doing just
Yeah.
to get that focus in.
Yeah, I want to focus on that
Sure.
for sure. But if I get offers to drive anything else, I would. Since
Right.
I like getting myself uncomfortable in race cars because I think that makes you better. So
Right.
like yesterday, I was extremely uncomfortable in
Right.
Chris's uncle or Timmy's car, and very uncomfortable. But
Sure.
I was fine with it because
Right.
it just makes you think more.
We made it roughly 80 feet on the track in hot laps, and I hit him so fucking hard. The green flag wasn't even out.
Not
They
even
were
out.
They were doing.
Do you guys at work? Do you guys have where a chiropractor or a massage therapist comes in?
Yeah,
You do.
yeah,
No, we do too. Yeah.
Oh, what day of the week is that?
every day.
I have no
Snap
idea.
on.
I
think
never
it's like
signed up
every
for
day.
either one
I
of
don't
them, so I
sign
have
up
no
for
idea.
Every day.
Well,
Wow, ours
yeah.
is like
Once a week.
Every
Yeah,
Wednesday. I
every
believe,
Wednesday. But why the fuck aren't you on that program?
because I have a chiropractor sponsor in my car, and I can go to him
Oh.
whenever. So yeah,
Yeah.
you like that?
but that's-
Tafe chiropractor. Shane Tafe.
Are you sponsored by Pfizer too?
No, I'm not. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, with the name of a little Dicky, I would
Yeah,
think
oh,
you'd
yeah.
want.
Maybe
Do
some.
you think Pfizer would be all over that? Do you think Pfizer?
I told him a couple weeks ago I was working on Gillette to get rid of that fucking caterpillar on his top lip.
I can't get rid of it. That's why I've been fast this year. It's a good air filter.
Yeah.
It keeps you good throughout the night.
He's in the car just going blowing up on it as it gets.
Good.
Yeah.
Coming
When
out of four for all these wins, it's
Yeah.
aerodynamic.
When he comes in, his buddy has a paper towel for him to wipe his face off for him as he puts up the shield of his.
Oh my god. Oh.
That's his job. That's his job when they
Yeah.
come in from the race.
He's sponsored by Brownie or what's the other one?
I'm nervous where this is going.
Well, it means paper towel. to wipe
Yeah,
your face
Brownie
when you
paper
come in.
towels. on
Brownie.
the- Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said brownie. I was
No,
like,
I said Brownie. Yeah.
Brownie, yeah.
no.
Well, anyway, guys, it's been fun. I'm
Yeah.
glad to have you guys on. We'll sit down here when we get going on the Salute to Veterans and
Awesome.
all that. With
Chris, do
and
you
your
come
brother.
over to that Salute to Veteran tour ever, or race any of them? Or?
Yeah, I think I've only missed one or two of them since they've been doing the
Do you
thing.
do the whole series then too, or
Yeah, the one year I was putting in a new motor and we had some trouble, so we didn't make it to the Spencer one. But then last year when he was doing the whole double duty thing
Sure.
with Boone and Worthington, but yeah, I try to get to at least our two home ones up here.
Mm-hmm.
This year I'm for sure going to Boone for the hobbies. It's like $1,500 to win. So
And I think they're even add more to that now. I've seen something where it might even be a little more.
Really?
I
That'd be
didn't know that.
Yeah.
1,500 to win. There'll be like 40 hobbies there. It should be a pretty wild show.
yeah, especially in your outfit.
We'll piece it back together.
So
But,
you're running the whole series too?
Yeah. Yep. I will be. Yep. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, and then with that being said, out of all the wraps, and we talked about this on our podcast with Slade Pitt, Pit Stop Motorsports, who does designs wraps and
Yeah.
all that. But he even said your wrap with the Salute to Veterans is by far probably me personally, and he even said probably one of the favorite wraps of all of them that they've done. That was just a badass wrap of what they did.
Which one?
On the Salute to Veterans, it looked like the helicopter, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. That was the second
You want
year.
to explain that one so people kind of know?
Yeah.
what
The first year I had just like it was an American flag themed
Yep.
type car. And
Yeah.
then I had the Warthog
Sweet.
type with the ammo coming down the side from the 50 cal. That was sweet. I
Yeah.
incorporated the bullet, the
Yeah.
ammo in the sides, and
Yeah.
I'd say that was one of my favorites.
My dad was in Vietnam,
Mhm.
and he even said when we came here for the night of 10,000 Stars and Jaegers were here running it, and I pointed you out to him
Mhm.
that was that car that because you still had that wrap that was
Yeah.
in 2020, right?
21 or something like that. Yeah.
But I think you had that wrap on because I pointed it out to Dad, and he even made that comment. He goes, "That out of all the cars, that's probably one of the favorite wraps that I even seen of." So, with that being said, do you even have some of that body style still with that wrap on it? Do you have it?
I might have some body pieces of that still around.
Yeah,
I might.
I was just curious if you just kept it
Yeah.
just because of the memento of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they want you to sell the door panels, right? Or
Yeah, we
kinda?
did donate. We did donate doors in quarters,
Okay.
but
Yeah, because that money goes back to what they're doing and all that.
It wraps the cars
Sure.
the next year. Yeah.
And that makes sense. But I was just curious because that's such a cool ass wrap up.
It was
And
really cool.
and Taylor, I'd say yours and Taylor Cool's by far probably the best wraps that I've seen on them.
I don't know. Jake Sacco's chrome one.
That was sweet.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that
Chrome
was
and black.
that was
sweet.
cool. But I don't know. I maybe I'm just biased because of what my dad went through in Vietnam and that. But that's I'm not dissing what you're saying. Just me personally.
Well, I mean, all of them were really cool for what they are. I
Yeah.
mean,
They are.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
can't wait to see what they come up with this year for all the new drivers they got
Yeah.
this year. Like my brother,
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's got this year either. So.
Yeah.
well, the way it sounds, Mills and your brother, and they don't know until
They don't know.
They don't know until the day
Yeah.
of the unveiling.
Well, when they roll them out onto that grass area there in Spencer.
So
So when we did ours, we kind of surprised my dad with that because my dad was in the Army. So
Okay.
did an Army themed car. That's how that all came
Okay.
about. So I had a lot to do with that one. But
yeah. Well, with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys being on tonight. It's been fun. I've been looking forward to having you on for quite some time, and
Yeah.
it was nice meeting you and having you on. And
It would have been cooler if we both didn't suck tonight.
yeah,
Well, to be fair, I didn't suck. I was actually pretty good for like 10
you were up
laps.
front. I was.
If you could have
Dude.
held it for like 6 more laps, you would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Or 4, whatever it was.
Yeah, but it's okay. The racetrack did me a favor.
so, whenever you guys want to come on, I know we'll have you on again here real soon. But whenever you want to come on again, Chris, I'd love to have you on. And it's been fun.
Thank you both very much.
Awesome. Thanks,
Hey,
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Pit Stop Motorsports, Dirt Tracks Racing, largest inventory trackside parts service. We keep racers on the track, located in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and coming to a track near you. Check us out on Facebook at Pit Stop Motorsports. And tell Slade Pitt the slimy bastards sent you.
Driver interviews, pit action, industry news. We're bringing you everything that fuels the adrenaline-pumping world of dirt track racing. Buckle up now. You're sitting with the slimy bastard.